Hello and welcome in to another edition of River Dragons Weekly. I'm VP of Communications and play-by-play broadcaster Zach DeBozart. We got a very fun show for you here this week. We'll have Cody Karpinski on tonight's show, and you'll see why in just a little bit. But first, the River Dragons took on fellow military town Watertown, New York, where Fort Drum is, and the Watertown Wolves came down to the Deep South for a two-game set. Here's a look at how Friday's game went.
Back the other way comes Watertown. Kyle Powell in on this rush. 2-on-2. Left wing across to the slot. Backhand save made. Rebound. They score. Penalty was coming up here to Columbus. Boudreau's shot was saved by Rutledge, but the rebound was sitting nice and juicy for the Wolves. To the right point, Clouston. One touch pass to Lirakos. To the middle, Picard. Backhand save made there as Pominville saw it through traffic. Backdoor San Paulo. Score! San Paulo fired it. Bondarenko might have tapped it in, but it's a tie game, 1-1. Horn go off in the arena. Graham across. Krupp scores! Now fire up that horn as the River Dragons lead 2-1. Juric, high slot. Powell, right circle. Devaney scores. What a clean shot right there by Joseph Devaney. Back for Juric. Juric whiffed on that one, and Lirakos one-on-one against Powell. Powell back, Lirakos right circle trying to go across, and Powell was able to punch that sauce pass out of the air as Lirakos was trying to feed Hayes. Lirakos to Hayes, he scores! Short-handed goal, C.J. Hayes taking it all in, 3-2 Columbus. Kick to his stick. Bondarenko with it on the far side boards. What a move around him. Pass circle to circle. San Paulo to Lirakos. Pad save, and Bondarenko couldn't bury the rebound from behind the goal line, holding onto his post. That was Pominville. Left wing corner. San Paulo with it here. San Paulo to Bondarenko. Now to the high slot. Lirakos left circle. Score! Yanni Lirakos blowing it by the glove hand. 4-2 Columbus. Top of the left circle, Boudreau. Down into the corner to Juric. Juric cuts to the middle. Pad save, rebound, score. Beautiful pad pass by Juric, and Devaney will get his second of the night as he punches the glass in excitement. Trombley, near side circle. That one knocked away by Michael. Now over for Dallas. Back for Michael. High slot, he scores. The Desjardins brothers combine right there. Michael from Dallas. And it's a tie game, 4-4. Columbus still down John Evans. Here's Michael Desjardins. He's got a goal in this game. Fires in the left circle. Trombley blocked it with the stick and then lost it. Here's Post holding in left point. He fires a shot. Blocked. Loose. They score. That one blocked in front by a stickless Trombley. Krupp to the left circle. Pass to the middle. Knocked away there by Watertown. They start a rush the other way. Boudreau blocked it. Lays it off to Juric. 3-on-2 as he hits the line. Juric to Lucas. Back to Juric. Back to the middle. Lenart's in there. Lucas scores.
Friday, unfortunately, not going the way of the River Dragons, but Columbus would get some revenge on Saturday night in front of a crowd of about 3,300. Here's how that one looked.
Back to Clouston, center point, winds up, fakes it, left circle, Lirakos, backdoor, Bondarenko scores! The absolute thing of beauty, Lirakos to Bondarenko, power play 2-1. Trying to go circle to circle, playing it down low to Juric, stick save, made there by Karpinski holding onto his post. Right wing corner, behind the net, Juric with it there. He takes a check from Howie. Howie pinching it along the boards, flips it around Bogzul to the left wing circle. Boudreau finds it to Sanstivo. Pass Devaney across. Juric slap pass, scores. And there's 2:05 left to go in the minor to Picard. That's going to hurt the most. Trombley trying to push it ahead. Lenart's in for Dimmitt off the wall. Dimmitt left wing side. The former Wolf tries to race into the zone. Boudreau picked him off. He gets it ahead to Juric. 2-on-1 back the other way. Juric right circle. Backdoor. They score. Jamie Lucas on a beauty of a feed from Tyler Juric. He had 5 apples last night. Gets his first tonight. 3-2 Watertown. As Juric tied up his stick. 2-on-2 back the other way. Lucas right wing circle, and Patemba was able to get his big body in front, prevent a pass. Look out, Karpinski down. What a save! He got it back, lifting the pad like a scorpion, and kept it out. Pass to the slot. Boudreau had it there, stick tied up by Evans. Left circle a chance by Devaney, and that one hopped up into the glass. Still in play, though. Dimmitt going to go off the wall. Oh, and it hit a linesman. Lirakos tried to go on a break. Trombley got it ahead for Lirakos. 2-on-1 with Evans. Across Evans. Score! John Evans, his first as a professional, and it's 3-3.
Goal scored by number 28, John Evans.
Look out, breakaway here. Dallas Desjardins scores. Desjardins had a half breakaway, and he backhand looked like he got it over the head of Karpinski. Lucas, right wing half wall, stops up, down into the circle. Boudreau to Michael Desjardins, who fired, and a shoulder save made there. And now we got a fight. Graham gonna go with Kugler, near side circle. Graham punching from the jersey. Now he gets one and he connects. Kugler hasn't fired one yet. He will, and he'll go off balance. Graham will wipe him out to the ice. Watertown softly dumps this down about 100 feet. Trumbley has it in his own end. One touch to Howie, now over for Fallis. Fallis, 3-on-3 as he hits the line, left wing side, trying to drop it back for Krupp. Couldn't play it to the middle to himself. Howie gloves that one down, out of the air. High slot, a shot, score! Jake Howie got that one to leak through. Maybe it takes a tip in front, but it's a tie game, 4-4. Howie ahead for Hayes. Center point, he'll stop it up, and now he'll take it into the neutral zone. Over for Clouston, heads off for what might be the last line change of the game. Clouston dropping it here for Lennartson, the former Wolf, skates in, right wing circle. Lennartson takes it behind the net, held off wide by Michael. Lennartson, a shot, score! Lennartson, the former Wolf, ends the game 5-4.
So Anton Lennartson, the former Wolf, biting his former team and getting the overtime winner. River Dragons took 2 out of the 6 points from Watertown, and they'll close that season series, not this weekend, but next weekend when the team heads up to upstate New York. Before we get to that, though, we have the Port Huron Prowlers coming into town. The Prowlers are a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday set. Now, remember, fans, you might be saying, wait a minute, this show's on Thursday. You're telling me there's a hockey game coming up? Yes, I indeed am. When this show gets off the air, we'll be about an hour and a half away from puck drop at the Columbus Civic Center. 7:35 puck drop Thursday and Friday. Saturday, 6:05, by the way. Saturday is Hometown Heroes Night, brought to you by Atlanta Postal Credit Union. Anybody who is a first responder, city or county worker, or in any way just helps and benefits their community by being on those front lines, we want to appreciate what you do. There is a special ticket offer to Saturday's game. Check our social medias, Columbus River Dragons on Facebook and C_River Dragons on Twitter and Instagram for details there. Before we look ahead to Port Huron and what's coming up for your River Dragons, though, we got to take a break and we've got to get to our special player guest interview. Today, that player interview is number 33, Cody Karpinski. Had his River Dragons debut on Saturday, and the highlights that you saw, came away with the overtime win against his former team and kept us perfect 3-0 in those teal jerseys. We'll hear from Cody Karpinski after this. Don't go anywhere. This is River Dragons Weekly.
Francis Marion, better known as the Swamp Fox, a guy known for his guile, his unorthodox methods, the first militiaman. He was crafty before craft even existed. F. Marion Continental Whiskey has its own crafty and cunning instincts, a spirit that's bold but smooth. This is a premium, small batch American whiskey that punches well above its weight. Enjoy Swamp Fox F. Marion Continental Whiskey at all River Dragon home games.
Golden Corrals, carved New York strip and jumbo butterfly shrimp. Make me feel like a real New Yorker. Hey, I'm eating here. New York strip and butterfly shrimp. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
There's a lot to love about fall, like the cool weather, watching the game, or streaming your favorite movies with fast and reliable internet and Wi-Fi. Fall is the perfect time to make the change to Beam with no data caps, all your favorite channels, and fast speeds. Call or visit us online at ctvbeam.com to get the perfect package for your needs and make your fall even better.
Every day, we're powered by you.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overbee Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
Whether you're heading to an off-road destination, creating the perfect lawn, or preparing the fields, think SunSouth, where you'll find quality John Deere equipment, affordably priced to help you tackle the tough jobs. Thanks SunSouth for those that do.
Welcome back into River Dragons Weekly. Now time for our special player guest interview. And today that guest, number 33, Cody Karpinski. Cody, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Cody, you haven't been in town too long, but you got yourself a start on Saturday and came away with an overtime win. What was it like for you to play in front of a pretty big Columbus crowd last weekend?
Yeah, it was definitely a really awesome first experience. You know, you kind of try and keep it simple, like especially your first couple of games, try and get your bearings, and yeah, having a good crowd like that definitely helps, and you know, makes you even more excited to play at home, and you know, makes you, not that you don't, you know, not want to do your best all the time, but you know, makes you want to play that much better for them. You know, they're out there supporting you. You know, you got to give it your all then for them at least, and you know, your teammates. And yeah, it was awesome, and I heard them raging the whole time, and it was awesome to get the win there and give them a little bit of something to cheer about.
It felt like the fans after, you know, when we started the year, there was Jared Rutledge, there was Rylan Pashevitz. Now Pashevitz is on the SPHL with the Peoria Rivermen. So it felt like the team was sort of searching for that guy to, you know, recomplete that tandem. And now you've come in and I think shown to fans that you're capable of making, you know, saves when you need to. And you're making a couple acrobatic saves out there. I don't know, what scale of the saves were desperation versus, oh yeah, I totally meant to do that?
I'll admit I got a couple of scorpion and probably a couple of ones that I would probably like to be a little bit more controlled on, but you know, you need a little bit of you just need a piece, right? And,
That's right.
Yeah. So no, yeah, that was it was definitely a couple of them there. You know, I kind of just had to stick a leg out or get something on it, and thankfully I did a couple of times, and yeah, you know, just maybe not the prettiest or maybe not the most fundamentally sound, but you know, hey, how-to goalie 101, right? So.
Sometimes better lucky than good, but, you know, it's good to be good, too.
Yeah. No, especially in hockey, I think you kind of, as a team, you kind of create your own luck, and especially when adrenaline gets going, you know, and, you know, you make maybe one weird save like that, or maybe, you know, pull something out of nowhere and then gets everybody going, and then it kind of just keeps going and rolling. And, yeah, you know, I made, I think, like 2 like scorpion saves or whatever, so. Again, not the prettiest, but it gets the job done.
This is Cody Karpinski. He wears the number 33, plays goal for your Columbus River Dragons. Cody, let's give people an idea of where you come from. And what I find interesting is, again, sort of that tandem we mentioned with you and Rutledge. You both are from Chicago. So did you know each other growing up? I know you guys played together for a little bit when you were in Watertown, and we'll get to that later on. But growing up, playing in the Chicago area, it's obviously a pretty big city, but did you know each other growing up at all?
Yeah, actually, Rut and I do know each other. I think our first interaction was, I want to say, I think I was like 13, 14. We were in the same organization at TI, and yeah, just, and especially, you know, as you get older, things get acquainted, and Rut and I actually, we played men's league together as well. He's a forward actually back home in men's league, and it's, yeah, him and I know each other pretty well, and it was really nice to have a familiar face, especially, you know, Rut's a great guy, so it's really nice to have a good partner like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, despite us being here in Georgia, I mean, the team really seems to have these little pockets of guys that know each other. We have like a Michigan group, there's an Illinois group, there's an Ontario group. And I mean, that's kind of where you expect hockey players to come from, because those are just the big hotbeds when it comes to the hockey world.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want to say around a quarter of the team maybe through, you know, I was on the Watertown team that won with, I think, with like, you know, maybe 3-4 guys. And then a couple from, you know, Port Huron, Ozo, and then yeah, it was just really nice to kind of have those familiar faces in the locker room, and kind of helps bring you in and get accustomed to everything. So and it's been really nice. Not so much like cliquey, but that, you know, you have that familiarity with some teammates right away, and then, you know, it makes everything easier, because you're just trying to, especially when you're new, you're just trying to figure everything out and not look like an idiot out there. So. Yeah, it definitely helps knowing some people.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. You played your college hockey in the ACHA at Lindenwood, which for fans that might not know, pretty much dead middle of the country, right? What was it like playing there?
It was great. Right outside of St. Louis, I played for 2X Blues. You know, was fortunate enough to be involved too with the Blues, and you know, got kind of acquainted with them down there, but yeah, it was great. I was fortunate to win a national title there, and yeah, just those, you know, some some of the better years of hockey, and yeah, it was just a good situation. I kind of came in there, and again, my coach was from Chicago there, but had played for the Blues, and again, familiarity, and yeah, it was awesome down there, just right outside of St. Louis, and kind of went right in, and yeah, it was just great.
That's awesome. This is Cody Karpinski, wears the number 33 for your River Dragons. Cody, you mentioned the national title you won with Lindenwood. You've also won a Commissioner's Cup title here in this league, in the Federal Prospects Hockey League with Watertown, so no stranger to winning. To you, before we even ask about which one was better, what do you remember about that Watertown team? And you mentioned a few of those pieces are here in Columbus. You mentioned guys like Lennartson, and plus you played with guys like Ozelinch and Port Huron. You've been around a little bit in the Federal League. You've won a Commissioner's Cup title. What was it that you remember that made that team so special back in 2018?
Kind of, it was right when I got in again, came in about halfway through the year, about bouncing around from the SP, trying to, find a spot to land, and yeah, it was just, kind of started off, I think the day after I got there, I think got right into a game, and pretty much from there we just kind of were struggling, and, we won a game, and then it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, and, kind of, maybe we were gripping the stick too tight there at the beginning, but, kind of as soon as you start winning a little bit, things, you kind of relax, kind of can settle in and just start playing hockey, which is nice because, then you can focus on being a better hockey player instead of, overthinking everything. And yeah, just the run that we went on, and especially at the end of the year, and then that carried over into playoffs was pretty crazy to think about, and especially like the turnaround, like, our first 2 games in Carolina, both of them went to double OT, and then we had to play less than 24 hours later after a 13-hour bus ride back to Watertown, and yeah, it was just a crazy adrenaline rush filled. Absolute great time.
Yeah, on the ice and off the ice, it probably was intense, especially with that long bus ride between.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was pretty much. Yeah, you got back, you went and grabbed a quick bite to eat, put on your suit, and went right back to the rink. So.
That's just nuts. And you know what? Hopefully, the River Dragons sort of take a similar approach to that, because you mentioned a little bit the story of how Watertown did it in 18. You can kind of see some similarities to this team here with the River Dragons. Now we approach into 2020. Yep. Big win against Watertown on Saturday. I know we mentioned it a little bit earlier. Did it feel nice to get one against your old team?
Yeah, definitely. And especially playing against a guy like I lived with Jurich, and so him and I are to this day still pretty decent friends. And yeah, it felt good to kind of. Yeah, he did score on me twice, but he'll
let you know about that. I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he will. I'm sure I'll hear about it. But no, it was really nice to. At the end of the day, I don't care who it's against. I'm, just trying to win out there. But yeah, it definitely felt good to get it against them. Kind of not so much have some bragging rights, but just kind of stick it to them, I guess, if you will. So yeah, it definitely felt good coming against them, and yeah, kind of started off right here. So.
Well, we played one of your former teams last weekend. We'll play another one of your former teams upcoming this weekend. And then, the weekend after, we head right back up to Watertown. So you'll get very familiar, I'm sure. You'll renew a lot of those old friendships. And thanks for taking the time, Cody. We appreciate having you on the show.
Thank you.
Cody Karpinski, number 33 on River Dragons Weekly. Stick around. We got more coming up with a look ahead to next week against Port Huron. So don't go anywhere.
The best damn spirits in the world. We say that because we care about what we do. The premium quality of our spirits doesn't come from some secret recipe or magic water. It comes from our desire to craft the best damn spirits in the world. Swamp Fox Distilling Company. Premium, small batch spirits made with pride in Buena Vista, Georgia. Now available at your favorite local package store.
At Georgia Power, we believe our lake should be filled with water, not trash. That a healthy honeybee population will pollinate a healthier environment. That building homes is just as important as powering them. That's why we believe what we do off the grid is just as important as the clean, safe, reliable, affordable energy we provide on it. And that's a different kind of energy.
Welcome back into River Dragons Weekly. Thanks so much to Cody Karpinski, who took some time out of his day to come with us on the air, talk about a little bit where he came from and how he likes being here in Columbus. I tell you, he hasn't been here long, but he's certainly made an impact. That overtime win against Watertown on Saturday, a lot of people are going to remember it. And hey, a chance to make some more memories coming up tonight. Thursday, Port Huron Prowlers are in town. They're also in town for Friday and Saturday as well. Thursday and Fridays, 7:35 puck drop. Saturday, 6:05 puck drop is Hometown Heroes Night, brought to you by Atlanta Postal Credit Union. Well, we had a week off last week and had a handful of games to go along with it. And while we went, I believe it's 1-3 in that stretch, we still want to bring you some of the highlights and some of the best moments. First, from New Year's Eve, that Carolina game was an absolute classic. And while it was unfortunate your River Dragons came out on the wrong end of it, let's take a look at how that one unfolded, because man, was it a doozy.
C.J. Hayes found a loose puck in the slot before Everett Thompson could get there. Now Hayes with Krupp on his right wing side, 2-on-2. Hayes cutting to the middle, shot, score! C.J. Hayes, 1-0 Columbus on the road. Fallis v. Panachik. A bouncer, they tie up. Chamello scores! Chamello scores and it's 2-0! Konechny gets to it before Dimmitt. He'll move it into the zone. Bunn all alone. He shoots. Save made. Rutledge. Bunn tried to go 5-hole. His soft dump in. Evans will find it. Pass across at the red line. Lirakos laying it off for Pease. Pease right circle. Across for Lirakos. Score! Lirakos makes it 3-0. Krivolovic pushing this one into the zone, chasing after it. Zach Pease racing after it there. George Holt, left circle, back to the middle. Kenny fires, he scores. Fallis v. Cangelosi on the draw. They tie up. Fallis wins it. Lirakos kicks it to the right point. Klauston to Lirakos. To the middle. Fallis. Save made. Score! Mike Chamello, his second of the period. 4-1. Back to Konechny center point. A shot. Pad save made. Rebound loose there in the slot. Digging it out. Krivolovic. They find it. Rutledge save made. And he covers it up. Cangelosi laying it back for Kenny. Off the wall between two Thunderbirds. Bunn lost it. San Apollo knocked it off of his stick. Bunn was able to go get it back though. 12 minutes left to go in the second. 1:15 in the Houston Clinic penalty kill. Bunn fancy move. Pass across. They score. Fallis and Panachik, they tie up. Lennartson to Farmer. He kicks it ahead for himself. Tired group of River Dragons hemmed in here, and they're still in the zone. Bunn right circle to the middle. Panachik. Pad save. Rebound. Bunn wrap around. Score. Over to Pargach, right circle. Pargach to the center point for Vlasov. Fakes the one-timer. Panachik, left wing circle. Vlasov again fakes the one-timer. Pargach knocked away by Howie. Howie going to go 2-on-1 with Fallis. Howie, left wing side. He's in over the line. Deeks fires. Score! Jake Howie, 4-on-3. Short-handed goal, baby. 5-3. Columbus has got the lead. The 2-goal lead back. Bunn, left wing circle. Back for Campbell, center point. He fires a shot. That one sticked up high, off the springy backboards, spread eagle, and Rutledge somehow kept it out. No call coming there, you gotta love it. Left wing side, Krivolovic scores. Just as Chamello's out of the box. To Lennartson, right point, top of the left circle for C.J. Hayes. Hayes looking around, bottom of the circle, Lirakos to the middle. Good block by Vlasov. Goes behind the net. 20 seconds left to go in the 4-on-3. Lennartson, one-timer, score! Anton Lennartson on the power play. 19:08 to go in the third. It's 6-4 for Fallis. Trying to chip that one out. Now it'll dump back in by Carolina's Vlasov. And the Thunderbirds touch up delayed off sides. Quickly back for Trumbley. Trumbley turned it over to Pargach. Salak laying it off. Panachik scores. Dropped back. Trumbley takes a check from Salak, and then Howie will knock down Salak with a huge hit there. Pease will rim this one around for Hayes. Hayes losing it in the corner. It's in Cangelosi's feet. Klauston, one touch. Hayes off the wall, lost it. High slot, Konechny, left circle, Bunn. What a save, Rutledge. No, it's in.
Again, just so unfortunate Columbus couldn't come away with those 3 points in a very hostile building on New Year's Eve. But I tell you, the team definitely grew and learned a lot about themselves, and really, I think, have started to hit their stride, as we saw with some very competitive games against Watertown shortly after. Now, we did have that 3-3 in Danville as well, or excuse me, the 3-3 against Danville. That was the Columbus-Athens weekend. Let's show you a little bit, just a quick little best of from that 3-3 set with the Dashers.
Now off the wall, here's Dimmitt. Dimmitt laying it off, right circle, C.J. Hayes, what a deke, backhand, and he set it high. CJ Hayes showing off the dangles, but he just got too much under it. Sent it high over the bar. Dimmin' a chance. Hayes scores! Pad pass. CJ Hayes got what he was looking for. It's 1-0. Lenartson fakes the windup. Now goes D to D across. Klauston one-touch pass. Bondarenko right circle. Score! Ivan Bondarenko picks his spot and buries it. 2-1. Here's Trombley. Cross ice pass. It's Graham on the tape. Right wing circle. He's in. Stops up at the hash marks. Back down to Krupp behind the net. Krupp to Bondarenko. Score! Beauty of the feed from behind the net, and Ivan Bondarenko ties the game. From the reach of CJ Hayes, but he'll have it right wing corner to the middle, and Pease scores! Zach Pease, one-timer from CJ Hayes. It's 3-1. Now Hayes, a pass across and over the line. Dimmitt left wing circle, a shot, he scores! Cameron Dimmitt is first as a River Dragon, and it's 3-2.
And with that in mind, now we're all caught up and we can look ahead. The Port Huron Prowlers and the Columbus River Dragons will finish off their season series with 3 games here at the Civic Center. Again, tonight, Friday, and Saturday. Tickets available Civic Center box office or by searching Ticketmaster for Columbus River Dragons. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings. In that Western Division, Columbus continues to sit in 4th place, 25 points on 24 games played. The Battle Creek Rumblebees, they are beneath us. However, they did pick up that first win of the season. They beat Elmira on Friday. That was huge for them. It seems like the whole Federal Hockey League world was abuzz, if you will, about Battle Creek's win, but they sit at 3 points through 26 games, so Columbus comfortably ahead there, but plenty of hockey still left to go for Columbus to try and catch the 3 above them too. Carolina still sits in first, 61 points on 24 games played. Port Huron technically in second, 42 points on 22 games. Danville has 43 points, but they're on 26 games, so by win percentage, points percentage, however you want to look at it, Port Huron technically sits ahead of Danville, and even more why these games are important coming up tonight, Friday, and Saturday. Quickly looking over to the East, the Danbury Hat-Tricks continue to lead in the Eastern Division with 52 points. 8 points behind them are Watertown, and then the Menor Icebreakers come in with 40, Elmira at 35, and the Delaware Thunder, a strong 5th place there in the Eastern Division at 21 points. The games this weekend, as we mentioned, the River Dragons will host the Port Huron Prowlers for 3. The Danbury Hat-Tricks host the Watertown Wolves on Thursday, and then we see a more traditional setup on Friday and Saturday across the league. We've got Danbury after that game traveling to Delaware for 2. That's a Friday and Saturday slate there. Elmira and Watertown will play 2 in Watertown. The Menor Icebreakers will travel to Winston-Salem to take on the Carolina Thunderbirds, and the Battle Creek Rumblebees are at the Danville Dashers. Well, that'll just about do it for this week's edition of River Dragons Weekly. A big thanks to Cody Karpinski, who was our special player guest this show. Thanks to the fine folks at CTV Beam, who help us put this together week in and week out. And thanks to the River Dragons front office for allowing us to bring all the content that we can to you, our loving and adoring fans. I'm Zach DeBozart, the voice of the River Dragons. Remember, flip it over to 92.1 FM, 1420 AM, WRCG, or the Columbus River Dragons YouTube page in about an hour. And you'll hear me on the Burger King pregame show getting ready for Port Huron and Columbus. 1st to 3, going to be a fun weekend, going to be a big weekend. We'll hope to see you at the Civic Center. Until then, so long, everybody.